Happy evening, all of you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir.
Okay, let me start
Good
with
evening,
you.
sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Hmm. Okay, let's continue from where we had left off last class. We were doing damages, if you remember, right or no? We finished the different types of damages: ordinary damages, special damages, vindictive damages, damages, nominal damages, and we also did damages due to deterioration due to the delay in transport. Remember?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Now, what was the next heading? Did we had to do the other remedies? What we had to do the other remedies? These are all the remedies for breach of contract. Remember the first remedy for breach of contract. That means if you don't fulfill the contract is damages. You can claim extra monetary compensation, which is called as yeah. Hmm. Let's go to the next one.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. You found the page.
Oh, yes, sir.
Hmm.
I don't know. I've shared it, but it's loading. It's not showing my screen.
Wait for a minute. Your internet might be a little slow.
Yes, sir. 1 second. Yes, sir.
Hmm.
So we were doing distinction between liquidated damages and penalty.
That also we discussed. I told you liquidated damages are basically when the amount which is set is reasonable, it is called liquidated damages. When the amount is exorbitant or very high, it is called as penalties. And we also discussed that in Indian law, section 74 says that the amount of damages payable will be reasonable, not exceeding the amount which has been mentioned in the contract, or not exceeding the amount which has been mentioned in the
Contract.
contract. Remember, we did that. I gave you so many examples regarding that also, right or no?
So they've given 5 points here. Do you want me to read them? Or?
Just finish it off. Read it off. First point.
Yes, sir. Penalty. Yeah. Next one is besides claiming damages as remedy for breach of contract, the following remedies are also available. Rescission of contract. When a contract is broken by one party, the other party may treat the contract as rescinded. In such a case, he is absolved of all his obligations under the contract and is entitled to compensation for any damages that he might have suffered. A promises B to deliver 50 bags of cement on a
Now,
certain
what are
day.
you reading? Differences? These are the 5 differences. This is the first difference, huh?
No, sir, this is other remedies.
Oh, you didn't read those 5 differences. I told you read it off, no?
Okay, sorry, sir, I didn't hear you.
Okay.
Okay,
Start
so
reading those
first,
5 differences and then we'll go to these. This thing. Okay. We'll come back to this. We'll ask 3. They're again point of difference or they're just given.
no, sir, just points.
Okay, just read it quickly. First one.
If the sum is if the sum payable is so large as to be far in excess of the probable damage on breach, it is certainly a penalty.
Hmm.
That's the first point.
Okay, they've
Second
not
point.
given. Okay, they've just given it in points. They've not given it tabular form, no?
No, sir. No.
Okay, so if the amount is very large damages, it is penalty. If the damages are little less, it is called as liquidated damages. What it is called as?
Liquidated.
Second point.
Second point. Where a sum is expressed to be payable on a certain date and a further sum in the event of default being made. The latter sum is a penalty because mere delay in payment is unlikely to cause damage.
Okay, now listen to this. This is a very interesting point. Correct or no? Suppose I say that Pranav has to repay me back 1 lakh rupees with interest after 1 year at 10%. So after 1 year, he has to return back 1 lakh 10,000. What it is called? 1 lakh?
10,000.
Okay, this much is okay. Let's say he borrowed the money on 1st November 2024. He had to return the money on 1st November 2025. And in the agreement itself, I mentioned that if Pranav delays the payment even by 1 day, he has to pay me an additional 5,000. What he has to pay me an additional?
5,000.
So this is a penalty. But if I say interest will be added at the rate of 10% or 15% for the delay in payment, that is liquidated damages. But any additional sum, 2,000, 3,000, if he delays the payment, that will not be considered as liquidated damages. It will be considered unreasonable and it will be considered a penalty. What it will be considered as a
Penalty.
penalty. What it will be considered as a
Penalty.
Hmm. Third point.
Yes, sir. Second point,
Hmm.
where a sum is expressed to be payable on a certain date and a further sum in the event of.
I think so. You read the second point, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, sir. Sorry.
Just concentrate a little bit today, no? Are you
Sorry, sir.
a little? There's an exam or something tomorrow?
No, sir. We don't have
Okay,
exams.
okay. You're okay, right? You're
Yeah.
feeling tired or something?
No, sir. I had stomachache yesterday. That's why.
Okay. Today you got headache or something?
No, sir. I was just very tired today. That's why.
Okay, no problem. You take. If you're feeling tired, you want me somebody else to read today or something like that? Is that or you'll be able to read?
I'll be able to read, sir.
Okay, no problem. Go ahead. Go to the third point.
But the expression used by the parties is not final. The court must find out whether the sum fixed in the contract is in truth a penalty or liquidated damages. If the sum fixed is extravagant or exorbitant, the court will regard it as a penalty even if it is termed as liquidated damages in the contract.
I've already told you this. What you mention in the contract is irrelevant. So when I remember we did that case of Ramani supplying 100 kgs of mangoes to Adrut at 100 rupees per kg. Now, even if it is mentioned that in case Ramani is not able to supply the mangoes at 100 rupees per kg, a liquidated damage of 50 rupees per kg will be charged. Now, even though it's written liquidated damages, but it's exorbitant, 50 rupees per kg extra for not supplying the mangoes, it will still be considered a penalty. What it will be still be considered a penalty. And even if it is mentioned in the contract that in case Ramani is not able to supply the 100 kgs of mango at 100 rupees each, she will be charged a penalty of 10 rupees. It's reasonable. 10 rupees
Reasonable.
and that will be considered as liquidated damages. So the court has to decide what is reasonable and what is not reasonable. What is reasonable and what is not.
Reasonable.
Understood?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fourth one. The essence of a penalty is payment of money stipulated as a terrorem of the offending party. The essence of liquidated damages is a genuine pre-estimate of the damage.
Terror means you're trying to terrorize the person. You're trying to scare the person. Ramani, if you don't supply those 100 kgs of mangoes, you'll have to pay 50 rupees extra. It's not genuinely that the price of mangoes will go up by 50 rupees after 1 month. But in liquidated damages, genuinely might be the price of mangoes will go up by 5 or 10 rupees depending on the season. So in the first case, the reason for charging penalties is to scare. Terrorism is here meaning scaring the person, terrorizing the person. You know what terrorists do? They'll put a gun on your head and all that, right? Correct?
Yes,
But in
sir.
the case of liquidated damages, it's not to scare the. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Fifth one.
Fifth point. English law makes a distinction between liquidated damages and penalty, but no such distinction is followed in India. The courts in India must ascertain the actual loss and award the same, which amount must not, however, exceed the sum so fixed in the contract. The courts have not to bother about the distinction, but to award reasonable compensation for not exceeding the sum so fixed.
So in India, the law is very simple, right? It will be a genuine, reasonable estimate of what the loss has been suffered, which should not exceed the amount which is mentioned in the contract. So the court has to just see how much is mentioned in the contract. And if the damages are less than what is mentioned in the contract, they'll award those damages. If it's more than, they'll say, no, you all only agreed this much. This much will be the amount of damages. That's all. Okay. So these are the 5 differences. I hope it's now very clear the difference between liquidated damages and penalty.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So that's all for distinction.
Yeah. Go to the next one.
Besides claiming damages as a remedy for the breach of contract, the following remedies are also available.
Now
First,
this is. So this was the first remedy was damages. Now we are going to the other remedies. What we are going to the other?
remedies.
Remedies.
Rescission of contract. When a contract is broken by one party, the other party may treat the contract as rescinded. In such a case, he is absolved of all his obligations under the contract and is entitled to compensation for any damages that he may have suffered. A promises B to deliver 50 bags of cement on a certain day. B agrees to pay the amount on receipt of goods. A failed to deliver the cement on the appointed day. B is discharged from his liability to pay the price.
Okay. Now listen here. The second one is called rescission. Rescission, as you've already learned earlier, there are different names for rescission. It's called rescinding. It is called cancellation. It is called revocation. Correct or no? So if one party defaults in the payment or in the delivery of goods, the other party can cancel the contract. What the other party can cancel the
Contract.
contract. So let's say Sana appointed Kushal as to paint her house. Now Kushal did not turn up on the date. She told, I want my house to be painted before Diwali. So I want you to come on 18th and 19th and paint my house. Kushal doesn't turn up on 18th and he doesn't turn up on 19th. He comes on 20th. He says, Madam, can I start painting your house? Sahana says, since you did not turn up, there was a breach of contract. I want to cancel the contract. What I want to cancel the besides the damages. Now, this is not
Contract.
exclusive, mutually exclusive. She can cancel the contract and also claim damages. What and also claim
Damages.
Damages.
damages. Correct or
Damage.
no? Understood? So when a party does not turn up or does not fulfill, the other party can cancel the contract, and if he wants, he can claim damages. What he can claim?
Damages.
Damage.
Next one.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Quantum merit, where one person has rendered service to another in circumstances which indicate an understanding between them that is to be paid, although no particular remuneration has been fixed, the law will infer a promise to pay. Quantum merit, that is, as much as the party doing the service has deserved. It covers a case where the party injured by breach had at time of breach done part but not all of the work which he is bound to do under the contract and seeks to be compensated for the value of the work done. For the application of this doctrine, two conditions must be fulfilled.
Okay, now this is
One,
very important. Two conditions must be fulfilled. Okay, one,
it is only available if the original contract has been discharged. Two,
yes,
the claim must be brought by a party not in default.
the claim must be bought by a person not in default. Anything else is there after that? No, no.
No, sir. Oh, they've just
We had
explained
the way just explained.
a little bit more.
Read that whole thing.
The object of allowing a claim on quantum merit is to recompensate the party or person for value of work which he has done. Damages are compensatory in nature while quantum merit is restitutory. Restitutory. It is but reasonable compensation awarded on implication of a contract to remunerate. Where a person orders only 12 bottles of a whiskey from a wine merchant but also receives 2 bottles of brandy and the purchaser accepts them, the purchaser must pay a reasonable price for the brandy.
That's all,
Then
right?
they claim for quantum merit must arise in the following cases.
Okay, that will come. Okay, now we'll do because these quantum cases are very important. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. I'll explain this because this topic is very important. Okay, am I audible and visible?
Yes, sir.
Now, see, quantum merit means as much as is done. What as much as is done. So, if a person does some work regarding a contract and subsequently the contract gets cancelled or it gets repudiated or it is impossible to perform the contract, then the party can claim compensation for how much of a work he's already done. What for how much of a work he's already
Done.
done, provided two conditions are satisfied. Just read those two conditions. First one,
It is only available if the original contract has been discharged.
original
First one.
contract has been discharged. Second,
The claim must be brought by a party not in default.
not in default. Now I'm going to give you a case law so that you understand what is quantum merit. I'll give you two case laws and you'll understand it very clearly. The case law is Planch versus Colburn. What is it? Planch versus Colburn. Planch versus Colburn. Okay. Now, what happened in this case of Planch versus Colburn was just one, just one, just one. Am I audible? Am I audible and visible?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah.
Sir.
Mm. Ah. Okay. So, what happened in this case was that there was this person, Planch, who was hired by an author, by a person who started a magazine. Colburn started a magazine. Let's say the magazine, he started a magazine and he told this Planch, see here, we are going to run a magazine. And in this magazine, I want you to write an article for the next 12 months, like a story, serial story, every month the story will continue. And for the whole year, I will pay you 12,000 rupees. What I'll pay you?
12,000.
12,000 rupees. So this plan started writing the articles, So he wrote the first article, second article, third article, fourth article. After the sixth month, what happened was, unfortunately or fortunately, the magazine circulation wasn't good. So what happened is the owner of the magazine cancelled the
Contract.
cancelled the
Maxi.
contract. As soon as he cancelled the contract, correct or no? What happened was the person came and told, okay, sir, I've worked for 6 months, I've written 6 months, at least give me half, no, 12,000 for the whole year. I'll give you 6,000. He told, no, I told you I'll give you 12,000 at the end of the year when the story is complete, no? Now the story is not complete because we have closed
Complete.
so we have not completed the entire magazine. So how will I give you the money? So this Planch filed a case against Colburn. The court held that since he had done work for 6 months, he had lived up to the promise. He had completed, he had discharged his contract. He had done up to whatever work he was asked to do. And he was not in default. It was not his fault that the magazine had closed down. Therefore, the editor of the magazine has to give him half the remuneration, that is for 6 months, that is 6,000 rupees. And that came to be known as quantum merit. What it came to be known as? Quantum.
Quantum.
Understood or no? So, how much
Yes.
ever work you do, if you're not in default, you have to be compensated for that amount of work which you have already been done.
Done.
Understood or no?
So what
That
was
is
the case law?
Planch versus Colburn. Planch versus Colburn. Understood?
Yes.
Okay, now read the reasons. So it's a restitution. It's giving back the person. It's not giving extra compensation. It's just restoring the other person to what he has already done. Correct or no? Damages, you're giving extra compensation. That's what he read out. But in
Sir, if he would haven't done the work like for 6 months, like 12 months contract was there in middle, if he didn't write magazine for some 1 month, then he couldn't claim the damages. No, sir.
No, he couldn't claim the damages. You're so clever. Who is this Tanushri? What?
Yes, sir. You had told this in the previous batch, so I added.
Very good. So you're so clever. How you remember everything, yeah, Tanushri?
Sir, I had written that.
You're very clever. Afterwards, I'll take your notes only. Hmm. How, where you wrote in notebook or you wrote in textbook?
Notebook, sir.
Notebook, you write down everything.
Yes, sir.
How you don't type it out,
No, sir.
Okay, very good. Very good. Who else writes? In your previous batch, anybody else wrote?
I don't know, sir.
Sana, you wrote anything? Oh, she's not there only.
Yes, sir. Sir, I am here only.
I heard you had gone for your exams or something like that.
Sir, only for the last class. I will not miss the upcoming classes.
No, but other your what your preparatory is going on, or what? Or
No,
first term,
sir. Sir, midterm.
midterm, it got
Yes,
over or it's still going on?
it's still going on, sir. 2 papers left.
Oh, okay. Doesn't matter. Very good. You also write down or you just
Yes, sir.
remember
Yes. No,
on
no,
a
no, no. I write it down.
where in a notebook or in a?
Yeah, in a notebook, sir.
Okay, very good. Afterwards, you keep that book safely. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Afterwards, I'll take the screenshot of it or whatever. Correct?
Okay, sir.
Okay, go to the next one. Next, just read when does quantum merit be?
Yes, sir. The claim for quantum merit arises in the following cases. A. When an agreement is discovered to be void or when a contract becomes void.
So the contract
B.
became void, no? Remember here in Planch versus Colborne, can he write any more article or the contract became null and void? The contract became?
Null and
Null and
void.
Yeah. Mm.
when something is done without any intention to do so gratuitously.
Okay, when something is done unintentionally without gratuitously. This I've already told you, but we'll take that same example. I don't know whose example I took, but I think so. We'll take Tanushri this time. Tanushri goes to her neighbor's house, and her neighbor is a tuition teacher. Correct? No, and he's teaching so many children maths and stats for CA. And Tanushri wants to learn additional maths and stats because she says she's not getting enough practice. And she joins there. Her tuition teacher does not tell anything about the fees. What does not tell anything about the.
Fees.
But she goes for 2 months. When are you writing the exam? January, yeah.
Which exam, sir?
The CA
Foundation.
exam,
Sir,
foundation.
May.
May.
I am second PU, sir. No eligibility.
So let's say she goes for a month of this November, December, January, February, March. She goes for 5 months. And March she comes off. Then a tuition teacher comes and asks, Tanushri, you came for 5 months tuition. Every alternate day used to come, used to sit for 2 hours. I cleared all your doubts and all. She'll say, I will not give you. Now, did he do it gratuitously? Gratuitously means without expecting anything. He's not running a charity service, right? He's
Yes,
doing it for his own business. So, how much ever work he's done, if he start for 5 months, he has to be paid for 5 months. If he start for 3 months, he has to be paid for. How
3
much he
months.
has to be paid? What is the reasonable fees which tuition teachers charge? How much they charge, man, for match tuition? 2,000 per month, 1,000 per month. How much,
Yes,
Tanushree?
sir. Yes, sir. Around
Let's say
2,000,
2,000.
3,000.
2,000, 3,000. So she'll have to receive compensation of 2,500 into 5, 12,500 approximately. What approximately? Correct or no? That is reasonable amount has to be paid. So this is also quantum merit because he did that much work, right? Got it or no, all of y'all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Yeah, Pranav, third one.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Where there is an express or implied contract to render services, but there is no agreement as to remuneration.
Same way, right? So you expressed or implied. which, Uh, Pranav says that I will paint your house. He told Sana, I'll paint your house. But they didn't agree upon the price, or they didn't agree upon the.
Price.
Now,
Price.
now let's say he painted 50% of the house or 60% of the house. And then Sana says, I don't want your services. Enough. I just don't want the services because I am going to London. So, whatever. Pranav says, pay me the amount. We didn't agree on the remuneration. But how much ever work Pranav has done, reasonable amount, let's say he's worked for 10 days and a painter is paid 1,500 per day, he has to be paid 15,000 rupees. What he has to pay? Paid? Understood?
15,000 rupees.
Excuse me,
Understood or
sir.
no? Yeah.
So who gets to decide the price?
Court.
Court. Okay, sir.
The court will get a reasonable estimate of what is the remuneration payable. Understand or no?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Mm. Fourth one.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
When one party abandons or refuses to perform the contract.
So one party abandons or refuses to perform the contract. How much of work has been done, he has to pay for that. The same example, Sana abandons or refuses to fulfill the contract. In that case, how much of work is done, she'll have to pay for whatever work has been
Done.
Done.
done. So if anyone abandons or refuses to perform the contract, if he has whatever work has been done by the non-defaulting party has to be okay. So let's take in the Tanushri example. After 2 months, she stops going for tuition. She abandoned the contract. She told me, "You teach me till March," but she learned only for 2 months. November, December, and January she left off. Does it mean Tanushri won't pay for 2 months? You joined tuitions for 3 4 months. You told for the full year I'll pay 30,000 as tuition fees. Second PUC or something. You'll go, no, they go for tuitions. No, how much they charge? Yeah? Accounts and maths and stuff. They charge no tuition fees. How much is the approximately going rate per
Yes,
subject?
sir. 2,000 per month, like that range.
Per subject, ah.
Yeah.
So let's say you told that fellow, I'm going to learn math, whatever, statistics, 2,000 per month. After 2 months, you stopped going. Will you not pay that statistics fellow?
I should pay, sir.
You should pay, no?
Part
You can,
performance.
how much ever part performance. So when because you abandoned or refused to perform the no, I told him I'll pay 20,000 for the whole year. No. Now I learned only 2 months. No, so why should I pay? No. You have to pay for how much ever services you have enjoyed. What how much ever services you have?
Enjoy.
Uh, hmm. Next.
Yes, sir. Where a contract is divisible and the party not in default has enjoyed the benefit of part performance.
Yeah. Where the contract is?
Not happy.
Hey, wait, just not happy. Just read that line again, Pranav.
Yes, sir. Where a contract is divisible and the
Divisible
party
means
not
you
in
can
default
divide it. Yeah. As I enjoyed part performance of the.
has enjoyed the benefit of part performance.
Yeah. So what is this where the contract is divisible? Divisible means you can divide the contract into parts. So we'll take that same example. Ramani is supplying 100 kgs of mangoes to Adrut. Now let's say Ramani sends two uh, trucks of lorries. One she sends 60 kgs, and this Adrut takes those 60 kgs and he makes mango juice and he holds a party in his house. Now what happens is the next 40 kgs, even if here, now listen here, even if Ramani does not supply the remaining 40 kgs, even though Ramani is in default, because the contract was divisible and Adrut enjoyed the part performance of the contract 60 kgs. He said, no, I told her to perform 100 kgs. No, she sent only 60 kgs. So I won't pay her even one paisa. You enjoyed that part of the contract of 60 kgs. So you have to pay for, might be for that 40 kgs non-delivery. You can sue for damages. What you can sue for? Damages. But if you have enjoyed part performance of a divisible contract, what of a divisible contract, you have to pay for that amount. What you have to, because that is called quantum merit. What it is called? Quantum
Merit.
merit. Correct or no?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Yes, hero.
Yes, sir. Last point. When an indivisible contract for a lump sum is completely performed but badly, the person who has performed the contract can claim the lump sum, but the other party can make a deduction for bad work.
Okay, this is one case, I think. So Sumter versus Hedges or something. Tanushi, you remember the case which I had given you last time? Did you write it down?
No, sir, you didn't give any case. You gave the example of that
Painting.
contractor and if he has not done any good
Ah,
work.
that's okay. Sumter and versus Hedges. This was the case only, Sumter versus Hedges. Now let me explain this. This is a little tricky concept, but try and understand this. Okay. Now we'll take example. We'll take the same example of Sana and Pranav. Okay. Sana told Pranav, you have to paint the interior of my house for Diwali. Many people get their house painted for Diwali. Okay. So Pranav takes the contract for painting. And Sana told you have to apply 2 coats of paint for every room. And the total, I have a 3 bedroom, hall, flat, kitchen, everything. The total amount I'll pay you for the entire painting will be 1 lakh rupees. What it will be?
1 lakh rupees.
Now, this Pranav, he does the work very shabbily. He completes the whole work. He paints the whole house. But in some rooms, he's put 2 coats of paint. In some room, he's put only 1 coat, and the paint is peeling off. In some way, he's painted the ceiling, but in the other room, he's not painted the
Ceiling.
ceiling. Now, Sahana has to call another painter, Kushal, to complete that work which is done incomplete, what Pranav has done incomplete. And let's say she has to pay 20,000 to Kushal to do the remaining work. What to do the remaining? That work which is
Work.
not done. So here, Sahana can, Pranav will say, no, I told 1 lakh, 1 lakh. But if you have done your work shoddily or it is not done completely, because this painting was indivisible, Sahana can deduct 20,000 and pay Pranav only 80,000. What and can pay Pranav only?
80,000.
That is called as quantum merit. So if the work is done, and even though it is done completely, but it is not done properly, the other party can deduct the amount which you have to pay to complete the contract in a proper manner and then pay the remaining amount to the understood.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Mhm.
So then they've given two examples.
Mm. Yeah.
X wrongfully revoked Y his agent's authority before Y could complete his duties, held Y could recover as quantum merit for the work he had done and the
Mm.
expenses he had incurred in the course of his duties as an agent.
Mm.
Second example, A agrees to deliver 100 bales of cotton to B at a price of 1000 rupees per bale. The cotton bales were to be delivered in 2 installments of 50 each. A delivered first installment but failed to supply the second. B must pay for 50 bags.
I just now told you that 60 kgs of mangoes, no? Remember?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, the first case is revocation of agency. Suppose I appoint Tanushri as my agent. I tell, see, Tanushri, I'm manufacturing leather bags. You have to sell those bags on my behalf, and I will pay you 10% commission on whatever bags you sold, plus all the expenses of transport, etc. Now, I've sent her 1,000 bags. She sold around 100 bags, and she returned the remaining 900 bags. Sir, it's not good, sir. I can't sell those 100 bags. After she returns the 100 bags, I cancel her agency. I told Tanushri, I'm not interested in your agency. I'd appointed you agency for 6 months, but I think you're not doing a good job. Now, whatever work she's already done for that commission for that 100 bags, I have to
Pay.
pay.
Yes, sir.
Understood or no? And I have to pay the expenses also which she has incurred. Got it or no?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
This is called quantum merit. Quantum merit means how much has been done. Quantum means how much work has been done. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
So then the next remedy is suit for specific performance,
Okay, now the
where
third, this is the third, fourth remedy. First was damages, second was rescission, third was quantum merit. Now fourth is,
suit for specific performance.
okay, suit for specific performance. Okay, let me finish this, then I'll close, put on the light and all. Is it getting dark for you all?
Yes, sir. Lily.
Okay. You want me to put on? I'll close once you finish this, or do you want me to put on the lights and close the doors and come?
Anything is fine, sir.
No
Okay,
worries.
okay, I'll close it and come. Just hold on. Okay. Yeah, Pranav, you can continue. What were you reading? The next one, suit for specific performance, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Where damages are not an adequate remedy in the case of breach of contract, the court may, in its discretion, on a suit for specific performance, direct party in breach to carry out his promise according to the terms of the contract.
Okay. Now see, whenever the damages is not an adequate breach of contract. Now remember, I just now gave you the example of 100 kgs of mangoes at 100 rupees per kg. Now here, Adrut can buy those mangoes outside in the market. There are 100 people who are supplying mangoes. Correct or no? The same quality of mangoes which Ramani is giving, whether it's Badam or it's Alfonso, whatever it is. Correct or no? But let's say instead of selling mangoes, Ramani had agreed to sell a very rare painting of Raja Ravi Verma. Raja Ravi Verma is considered to be one of the most famous painters in India. Traditionally, have you heard of him? Some of you all
Yes.
would have heard of him. So Raja
Yes,
Ravi
sir.
Verma. He used to paint in such a way, like, in the Mysore Maharaja court, that from whichever side you see, it looks as though the people are looking at you only. What is that called? 3D paintings. So what is it called?
Yes, a 3D painting.
Yes.
It's a 3D one.
So now he used to paint. This is without technology, okay? He used to paint it in such a way. Now he painted one beautiful picture of the Mysore Maharaja with his soldiers. What with his soldiers sitting on the horse? What sitting on the horse? In the middle there is Mysore Maharaja. On left and right side there are some 50, 60 soldiers. Now he painted. That is a very rare painting, 3D painting. My value in the market is 25 lakhs. What the value in the market is?
25.
Sir,
Sir, you are not audible.
you're
Sir,
not properly audible, sir.
the volume button has been decreased, I believe, sir. Your voice is not clear.
I think something has happened to your mic because background noises are audible. Your voice is not audible.
Yes, sir. Your voice is not audible.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. No, there was some loose connection, I think. So I'll see. If it happens next time, you just tell me. Correct. Okay, so now I reached that part where Raja Ravi Verma, no, so he agreed to sell it. Ramani told that I will give you the painting on November 1st. Rajotsava Day, I'll give you the painting, 25 lakhs. They entered into an agreement, they formally signed it. On October 17th, somebody else Amit gave an offer to Ramani, why you're selling it to Adrut? I'll sell it to you I'll buy it from you for 30 lakhs. Now Ramani goes back on a contract and she says, Adrut, I'm cancelling the contract. If you want, I'll give you 1 lakh rupees as damages. What I'll give you 1 lakh rupees as?
Damages.
But is damages an adequate remedy? Because he's not going to get that painting from anywhere else. Will he get like mangoes he can get from the market? Will he get that rare painting of Raja Ravi Verma from anywhere else?
No, sir.
So here the court will order Ramani if Adrut files a case for specific performance, which will tell Ramani, you cannot sell the painting to anybody else. You have to perform the promise which you have told, and you have to sell the painting only to Adrut. What do you have to sell the painting only to?
Adrut.
This is called suit for specific performance. So for rare articles, for rare gems, for articles which you cannot procure from the open market, where damages is not an adequate consideration, you have to charge only for, you have to pay only for, what is it called as? The specific performance, where the court will order you have to do whatever you have performed. Specifically, whatever you have told, that only you have to fulfill. That is called suit for specific performance. Did you understand it or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Continue reading.
Yes, sir. Suit for injunction. Where a party to a contract is negating the terms of a contract, the court may, by issuing an injunction orders, restrain him from doing what he promised not to do. They've given two examples, sir.
Okay, read it out.
N, a film star, agreed to act exclusively for a particular producer for 1 year. During the year, she contracted to act for some other producer, held she could be restrained by an injunction. A singer, agreed with B to perform at his theater for 2 months on a condition that during that period he would not perform anywhere. In this case, B could move to the court for grant of injunction restraining A from performing in other places.
Okay. So now what is the injunction? I'll give you the example you understand. Whenever the court restrains the person from doing what he's promised not to do. So you promise somebody won't do something. Now you start doing that thing. The court will tell you you can't do it because you've already promised not to do it. That is called injunction. I'll give you two examples. The case is Lumley versus Wagner. Lumely, Lumley versus Wagner, Wagner. There was this singer, Julie Wagner. She entered into a contract with a theater, Lumley Productions, and she told, I will sing for y'all and nobody else. I'll sing only in your theater for the next 6 months. What, only in your theater for the next
Months.
months? After 2 or 3 months, some other producer offered her a singing contract and he told, I'll pay you more than this Wagner fellow. And she started going to sing for him. Wagner filed a case, Lumley filed a case, and the court said, see, you told you sing only for him in his theater. So now you cannot sing in anybody else's
Theater.
theater. That is called Lumley versus Wagner. What is it called? Lumley versus
Wagner.
Now, the first case they go, that actress, actually, it was a true story. This is Yashraj Films versus Anushka Sharma. Anushka Sharma signed a contract with Yashraj Films that for the first 3 movies, I think so, it was 3 or 4 movies, till the first 3 movies, for the first 3 movies in which she acts, she will not act in any other production house other than Yashraj Films. What other than Yashraj?
Films.
Film. So, Yashraj Films, there is one director called Aditya Chopra. He told her, okay, because you're a new find, you're a new face. Our first 3 films, only you have to act. You can't act in any other production house. What, you cannot act in any other production?
House.
So she did her first movie. It went a big hit, Rab Ne Bana Di Jodi. Then she did one second film, Band Baraja Barat. That also went hit. And somebody offered her, you come and act for us, we'll give you more money. So she wanted to sign a contract with another producer. But this Yashraj Films filed a case and the court told Anushka Sharma, unless you finish the first 3 movies with Yashraj Films, you cannot act in any other production.
House.
Houses.
Understood or no? So that is called injunction. You're stopping the person from entering into a contract with another party because you promised not to do that. What you promised not to
Do that.
Do that.
do that. Understood or no?
So is this an actual case law like Anushka Sharma versus Yash
Yeah.
Raj?
It was an actual case. Means it was an actual case law, which was there. Yashraj Film.
So,
You like Anushka Sharma?
so
Yeah.
whether this problem comes for brand ambassadors for any this one, if they when somebody becomes brand ambassador for one product, whether there will be restriction for not to go for any other product and all.
No, they might be signed. I know recently it happened. No, there was a big case. No, that this Rashmika Mandana, you know her, no?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
She had, I think so. She signed up a contract with which soap company? With Santur or Vivel, one of those companies. She signed up, and they've told her that you cannot endorse any other soap brand. What, you cannot endorse any other?
So brand.
You're endorsing Santur sandal soap. You cannot endorse any other.
So
Then this
brand.
Mysore sandal soap, they wanted to take Rashmika Mandana. So they told you come because you're from Karnataka only, and Mysore sandal soap is there. So Rashmika Mandana could not come. She told, no, I've signed a contract with them that I will not do it. Then they searched for somebody. Uh, they wanted a Kannada heroine only, but there was no other Kannada heroine with so much following. Finally, they signed up Tamanna Bhatia, I think so, who has some 13, 14 million followers. Just see how many followers that Tamanna Bhatia has. So a lot of Kannada people protested that why a Tamil heroine is. I think so. Tamanna Bhatia is more into Tamil and Telugu, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So why you're signing her?
Yes.
So Mysore Sandal Soap told what to do. Rashmika Mandana was not available. That KGF heroine has only some 3 million followers. Well, Tamanna Bhatia has some 14 million. Who's that KGF heroine? Yeah,
Followers.
there's one KGF heroine. No, I forgot her name.
Srinidhi Shetty.
How many followers she has? See how many followers she has and how many followers Tamanna Bhatia has. You'll come to know that. They gave that explanation.
Tamanna has over 28 million followers.
28 million followers. That means 2.8 crore people follow her. That means if she endorses Mysore sandal, so 2.8 crore people will see her. Okay, and that Srinidhi Shetty,
5.4
5.5
million.
million.
not even 1/5. Correct or no?
Yes.
Yes.
This was a big controversy which happened. See how much Rashmika Mandana has? She has many more.
Sir, it's 47.3 million.
She's much, much higher. Correct or no? But they couldn't get her because she had already signed up as a brand ambassador or some other. What you told was right, madam. Correct or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hmm. This is called injunction. What it is called?
Injunctions.
Injunction.
Sir, I had a doubt. Like, how they can oppose somebody to not to like enter into a contract with others?
Because you're diluting, you're taking money, no? Suppose, Ramani, I tell you that you have to tell that CAPS is the best coaching center. Okay. And I paid you, let's say, 1 lakh rupees for it. Now, JK Shah comes and tells you, you tell, we are also the best coaching center. We'll give you what, 1.5 lakhs. Now, how can you say both things? You will tell in one place CAPS is the best, in one place you'll say JK Shah is the best and take 2.5 lakhs. It's not fair, right? Correct or no? It's unethical and it is also confusing the audience, right?
Yes, sir. But
Understand that?
after when I finish the contract, I may sign
Yeah,
to
then
another.
you can. Yes. So let's say the
Yeah,
contract
that's
is
what
for
my
1 year.
doubt. Yeah, yeah.
So
At the
for
same
1 year,
time, they,
you can't do it same time. So
yeah,
after 1 year, 2 years, when the contract with one is over, you can sign another
got it.
contract.
Yes,
Understood or no?
yes, yes.
Sir,
Hmm.
but there are ways I can terminate the current contract, no, sir?
Usually, if you're terminating the contract to enter into a contract with another person, it's a problem. So if in the court I prove you're deliberately trying to terminate the contract because you want to enter into a contract with another,
Person.
then it's not fair. Or it's not.
Fair.
Understood?
Sir, so for example, okay.
No.
Actually, you want to terminate the contract. I don't want to terminate the contract. So let's say Rashmika says, I want to terminate, I want to go with my and Santur will say, okay, pay 10 crores and terminate the.
Yes, sir. That's what I wanted to ask.
Yeah, you pay 10 crores. It doesn't matter. That's the loss. We'll hire somebody else. Correct or no? So they
Yes.
won't give you the remuneration, plus they'll claim damages. What they'll claim?
Damages.
Which is very damaging. And plus it'll go in the media that she's going for more money, she's ditching one contract for the other. It doesn't just, hold good for the brand ambassador also. Correct
So,
or no?
but it's a penalty, right?
What?
It should be a penalty, right?
Yeah, it should be a penalty. Means whatever is reasonable in that case. For brand ambassadors, what penalty? Number of views you get and all the. Even though the reasonable damage, because the brand can prove that they've suffered a huge loss, right? Reasonable damage.
Okay, sir.
Understand? Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
At the time of making the contract, the terms are supposed to be reasonable, right, sir?
Yeah, they have to be reasonable, but also see here for these big brands, suppose Santur, you terminate the contract midway where you're advertising for the whole year. You might have been charging 5 crores or whatever. Reasonable damage for the loss of reputation of a brand when a brand ambassador leads is also 10 crores, 15 crores. It's not unreasonable. What it's not?
Unreasonable. Okay.
Understood or no?
Yes,
Understood or
sir.
no?
Got it.
Because
Thank
it's a dent to the brand image, right?
you.
Yeah.
Like the term of their representation should be reasonable. I meant that.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay, let's go to the next topic. You can hear background noise, huh? Huh?
No, sir.
No. Okay.
Sir, but your video is off.
Is it? Oh.
Yes, sir.
No. Now you can see?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Go to the next one.
Yes, sir. Party rightfully rescinding contract entitled to compensation, Section 75. Person who rightfully rescinds a contract is entitled to compensation for any damage which he has sustained through non-fulfillment of a contract. A singer contracts with B, the manager of a theater, to sing at his theater for 2 nights in every week during the next 2 months. And B engages to pay her 10,000 for each night's performance. On the 6th night, A willfully absents herself from the theater, and B, in consequence, rescinds the contract. B is entitled to claim compensation for the damage which he has sustained through the non-fulfillment of the contract.
See now, I'm going to tie up this and the next point so that I don't have to explain it again and again. We'll take the example and then we'll go ahead. Okay. Now see here, the same example we'll take. Let's say, give me some two names, quickly.
Yes, sir. 1 second. Sir Dhanya Bhatt and Yagnesh.
Now let's say Yagnesh has a music theater and Danya is a good singer. He says, Danya, every Mondays and Thursdays you have to perform at my studio because a lot of people come. We charge them 100 rupees entry ticket. I will pay you 10,000 rupees every Mondays and Thursdays. You have to do it for the next 2 months. Okay. So Danya says, okay, I'll render performance every day. Now, totally you have to do 2 months means around 16 performances. What, around 16? Performances. Danya is a very good singer. She sings all songs of. Danya, who are the famous Kannada singers? What is that? You sing Kannada songs or what? L.R. Ishwari, what is her name?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, can you hear me? You sing songs?
Yes.
Which songs
sir.
you sing? Huh?
No,
Okay, whatever. Which songs you like to listen? You like to listen to
Hindi
songs?
songs.
Okay, like to see Hindi songs. Okay, so she likes
Yes,
Shreya
sir.
Ghoshal. Even I'm fan of Shreya Ghoshal. Okay, so let's say Shreya Ghoshal you'll sing. You know Shreya Ghoshal, no?
Yes.
So she told I will sing all the best songs of Shreya Ghoshal for the next 16 performances. Okay, now after the fifth Yagnesh, she sings Faigani. That fifth evening, this Yagnesh didn't offer her coffee, tea, and he didn't talk to her much. She was very busy, and feels she's been insulted. What she feels she's been?
Insulted.
Sixth performance, she didn't come. Now, Yagnesh has every right to claim for damages for the non-performance of the contract. Now, the second part is important. Now, on the seventh night she came. Now, Yagnesh has every right to refuse to allow Danya Bhatt to perform for the remaining.
Performances.
But let's say Yagnesh says, leave it, I won't get a good singer like Danya. And he allows her to perform for the seventh night. What he allows her to perform for the seventh?
Night.
Seventh, eighth night she performs. Then he feels, yo, she's useless. I can get better singer. On the ninth night, can he say, you didn't come for the fifth night, so I'm cancelling your contract?
No, sir.
No,
If
No,
you're
sir.
allowing the person to perform the contract, then later on you cannot rescind the contract. You cannot cancel the contract. But in the next performance itself, if you want, you can cancel the contract and tell now you don't have to come for my. Understood or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's what I wanted to tell you. Okay, now that will be the next topic which he will read out, and then I don't have to explain it. I don't have to. Quickly, Pranav.
Sir, that's it. After that is summary.
Okay, so you all understood what I tried to tell you. If you rescind the contract immediately, but and then whatever the amount due, the contract will be rescinded. You need, but if you allow the person to perform the contract, then you cannot rescind it at a future date. What you cannot rescind it at a future
Date.
date.
Sir,
Yeah.
so what if she was not well on that night?
Okay, then it's okay. Then it's a genuine reason. Then it's impossibility, physical impossibility. Suppose she has got laryngitis or she's got severe throat ache and she's got fever. Then the court will say that it is physical impossibility. The contract on that night becomes null and
Void.
Void.
understood or no? Got
Sir,
it?
but do we need evidence for the same? The person can also fake it out, right?
Yeah. But you need evidence. You need doctors, which what do you say, prescription. You need a doctor to give evidence in the court of law. She has to show her what is that biopsy of her throat. You know, they put that thing in your throat, and that little thing will come out. No, that how much bacteria formation is there in your. Remember, you did for corona. They used to put in your nose and all something, right? Anybody did corona test?
Yes, sir.
Same. That is called biopsy. What that is called? They'll put
Biopsy.
something in your nose. They'll put it deep into your nose and remove one small part of that mucus which is there in your nose, or sometimes they put it in the throat also to check up whether you've got laryngitis, whether you've got whatever fever and all that. Correct or no? Understood? So she has to prove everything. You can't do anything without proof.
Sir, one if she doesn't come and perform, the
One minute. Just I can't hear you. Can you be a little more clearer?
Sir, one if she doesn't come and perform, the contract becomes null and void.
Only for that night because of physical impossibility. Because the contract is divisible. What the contract is? It can be broken down into parts. Remember divisible 60 kgs, 40 kgs. Can anybody explain what she's talking?
Sir, next day she has to come and perform, right?
Yeah, if she's well, she can perform the seventh night. Okay. Now let's do the question at the back of the textbooks. Do the descriptive type questions first, and then how many MCQs are there and how many descriptive type questions are there?
So MCQ there are 10, sir. Descriptive there are 4.
We'll finish the descriptive first because that is what comes in your exam. All of you all know when you write this answer paper for direct questions OBC, for case study CFC. Remember opening body conclusion, concept, facts and analysis, and conclusion, right?
Yes, sir. So the first question. An anticipatory breach of contract is a breach of contract occurring before the time fixed for performance has arrived. Discuss stating also the effect of anticipatory breach on contracts.
Okay, let him read. This is anticipatory, no, before the due date, you ask for the cancellation of the contract. Then I told you on that date, you can cancel it and claim for damages. You can wait for the due date. But between the due date and the date when you anticipate, if the contract becomes impossible to perform, then you cannot claim any damages. Remember, I explained all this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, he'll read it out. Read out the answer. Yeah.
Yes, sir. An anticipatory breach of contract is a breach of contract occurring before the time fixed for performance has arrived. When the promiser refuses altogether to perform his promise and signifies his unwillingness even before the time for performance has arrived, it is called anticipatory breach. The law in this regard has very well summed up in Frost versus Knight and Chester versus Delator.
I did both these cases earlier. Remember that Frost versus Knight? He told, I'll marry you when my father dies.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Correct or no? And then before his father died itself, he.
Marry
So it's
another girl.
anticipatory breach of contract. No, so she told, no, my father not died. I won't give her compensation. But the court held that you have to give her compensation because impliedly you have interested that you're not marrying her. And we did that Rochester versus Delator. They told him that we'll hire you as a tour manager, and then on June 1st and on May 15th or July 1st, on June 15th, May 15th, itself, sorry, on June 1st, they told we'll hire you as a term manager. On May 22nd itself, they canceled the contract. When he claimed for compensation, they told, no, June 1st has not yet come, right? But before that itself, you had cancelled the contract. So he has every right to claim for damages. What he can claim for?
Damages.
Remember, we did these two cases? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hmm. Continue reading.
Yes, sir. Section 39 of the Indian Contract Act deals with anticipatory breach of contract and provides as follows. When a party to a contract has refused to perform or disable himself from performing his promise in its entirety, the promisee may put an end to the contract unless he has signified, but words or conduct, his acquiescence in its continuance. Effect of anticipatory breach. The promisee is excused from performance or from further performance. Further, he gets an option. 1. To either treat the contract as rescinded and sue the other party for damages from breach of contract immediately without waiting until the due date of the performance, or 2. He may elect not to rescind the contract, but to treat the contract as still operative and wait for the time of performance and then hold the other party responsible for the consequences of non performance. But in this case, he will keep the contract alive for the benefit of the other party as well as his own. And the guilty party, if he so decides on reconsideration, may still perform his part of the contract and can also take advantage of any supervening impossibility which may have effect on the discharging of the contract.
Hmm. Next.
So next question, that's all.
Yeah, read the next question.
Yes, sir. Liquidated damages is a genuine pre-estimate of the compensation of damages for certain anticipated breach of contract, whereas penalty, on the other hand, is an extravagant amount stipulated and is clearly unconscionable and has no comparison to the loss suffered by the parties. Explain.
Excellent. So basically, they have told you have to concept the OBC in the opening, what are liquidated damages, what are penalty, and then explain the differences between liquidated damages and penalty, and then give the conclusion. What then give the
Conclusion.
conclusion? Okay, he'll read out the answer. We did this today only, right? The beginning of the class.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Read the answer.
Liquidated damage is a genuine pre-estimate of compensation of damages for certain anticipated breach of the contract. This estimate is agreed to between parties to avoid at a later date detailed calculation and the necessity to convince outside parties. Penalty, on the other hand, is an extravagant amount stipulated and is clearly unconscionable and has no comparison to the loss suffered by the parties. In terms of Section 74 of the Act, where a contract has been broken, if a sum is named in the contract as the amount to be paid in case of such breach, or if the contract contains any stipulation by way of penalty, the party complaining of the breach is entitled, whether or not actual damages or loss is proved to have been caused thereby, to receive from the other party who has broken the contract a reasonable compensation for not exceeding the amount so named, or as the case may be, the penalty stipulated for. Explanation to Section 74. A stipulation for increased interest from the date of default may be a stipulation by way of penalty. In terms of Section 74, the courts are empowered to reduce the sum payable on breach, whether it is penalty or liquidated damages, provided the sum appears to be unreasonably high. Shri Chunnilal versus Mehta and Sons Limited, Supreme Court laid down that the ratio that the aggrieved party should not be allowed to claim a greater sum than what is specific in the written agreement. But even then, the court has powers to reduce the amount if it considers it reasonable to reduce.
Okay, so it cannot exceed the amount of contract. I've already told you, leave that case. That case is a little complicated case where there was some commission which has to be payable and all that. You won't understand it. So just leave it for the time being. But just remember that the court section 74 holds that when it's reasonable damages, it is called liquidated damages. When it's very high, it is penalty. In India, penalties are not recognized. Only liquidated damages are recognized in whatever name they are called. But the liquidated damages must be reasonable and it cannot exceed the amount which is mentioned in the contract. My suggestion was they had given 5 differences. You mentioned those 5 differences. But if it carries more marks, if it carries just 3 marks or something, just write what they've written. But suppose it carries 4 marks or 5 marks, you could have written the differences between liquidated damages and penalty. Next one.
Yes, sir. X entered into a contract with Y to supply him 1,000 water bottles at rupees 5 per water bottle to be delivered at a specific time. Thereafter, X contracts with Z for the purchase of 1,000 water bottles at 4.5 per water bottle, and at the same time told Z that he did so for the purpose of performing his contract entered into with Y. Z failed to perform his contract in due course, and market price of each water bottle on that day was 5.25 per water bottle. Consequently, X could not procure any water bottle and Y rescinded the contract. Calculate the amount of damages which X could claim from Z in the circumstances. What would be your answer if Z had not informed about the Y's contract? Explain with reference to the provisions of the Indian Contract Act 1872.
Now I think there is this thing. Middle there is X, left side there is Z, right side there is Y. ZXY. What you'll remember? ZXY. Why am I giving you this? See, this X fellow, no, he told Y, I'll supply you water bottles at how many water bottles? 1,000.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
1,000 water bottles at 5 rupees per bottle. Then this X fellow went to Z. He told Z, see, I want to supply water bottles to Y at 5 rupees per bottle. I've told him, I want you to supply me the water bottle. How much you'll give me? He told, I'll give it to you at 4 rupees 50 paisa per bottle. Now, on the due date, Z could not perform his contract. Now, how much compensation can X ask from Z? Now, this is nothing but special damages. Remember, ordinary damages, special damages. When you have already informed the party the amount of loss which you will suffer by the non-performance of the contract, you can claim that amount from the supplier. So here he's already told Z, I'm going to supply at 5 rupees. So how much loss is he going to suffer per bottle? 0.5. Yes or no? Or 50 paisa?
Yes.
So for 1,000 bottles, how much loss he'll suffer? 0.5 into 1,000, that is 500 rupees. So he can claim compensation from Z at the rate of 500 rupees per bottle.
Per bottle.
Yeah. But let's say he hadn't told Z about the
Contract with Y.
Then what would have been the damages? The difference between the market price and the contract price. What is the market price? He told on that day is 5.25. What it is?
5.25.
So 5.25 minus 4.50 is 75 paisa. How much claim he could have made? X could have made a claim of
750 rupees.
7.
This is X, Z and X. They've asked only how much compensation can X claim. Have they asked anything about X and Y? Read that last 2 lines of the question. What question they've asked, Pranav?
calculate the amount of damages which X could claim from Z in the circumstances, what would be your answer if Z had not informed about the Y's contract?
Yeah.
Explain with reference to
Yeah,
provisions.
so I told you. So X only. So 500 rupees or 750 rupees. Suppose they ask you, what is the compensation that Y can claim from X? I'm just adding one more line to the question. First of all, can Y claim compensation from X? Because if Z is not supplying to X, X will also not be able to supply to Y, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can Y claim compensation from X? Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
No.
How
Yes,
much?
sir.
How much?
Sir, 5,000.
Huh?
0.25.
0.25. Very good. Who's that clever girl? Sana.
Yes, sir.
Because the market price is 5 rupee 25 paisa and he had agreed to buy it at
5 rupees.
so he can claim 250 rupees as damages from. They've not asked in the question, but suppose they ask you, you can say Y can claim a compensation ordinary damages of 0.25 into 1000, that is
250.
250. X can claim either 500 rupees if he had told him. If you hadn't told him, 750. Y can claim 250 from X. All this comes under ordinary damages and special damages. What ordinary damages and special?
Damages.
Fine.
But they've
In
not
this case,
they've not asked about Y claiming damages from X. They've asked only X how much damages he can claim from Z. Right? Anybody had a doubt?
sir, in the case where he mentioned about the loss, the contract with Y, he can claim the 500 and 750, right? So,
Only 500. How will he
so,
claim two damages?
so about
He told I'm
say,
going to supply at Y at 5 rupees, right? So he's told him that I'll suffer a loss of 50 paisa, right?
sir.
Yeah.
And
So,
the difference between
no, he
the
can't claim. No, he can't claim that. He can't.
okay, okay.
Understand?
Yes, sir, got it.
You can't claim both ordinary damages and special damages at the same time. Correct or no?
Yes, sir, got it.
He could have kept his mouth shut. Correct or no?
Yes, sir, that is what I thought.
People talk too much, no? That's why they suffer losses in life.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Pranav, can you read the answer?
Yes, sir. Breach of contract damages. Section 73 of the Indian Contract Act 1872 lays down that when a contract has been broken, the party who suffers by such a breach is entitled to receive from the party who has broken the contract compensation for any loss or damage caused to him thereby which naturally arose in the usual course of things from such breach or which the parties knew when they made the contract to be likely to result from the breach of it. The leading case on this point is Hadley versus Baxendale, in which it was decided by the court that the special circumstances under which the contract was actually made were communicated by the plaintiff to the defendant and thus known to both parties to the contract. The damages resulting from the breach of such contract, which they would reasonably contemplate, would be the amount of injury which would ordinarily follow from the breach of contract under these special circumstances so known and communicated. The problem asked in this question is based on the provisions of Section 73 of the Indian Contract Act 1872. In the instant case, X had intimated to Z that he was purchasing water bottles from him for the purpose of performing his contract with Y. Thus, Z had knowledge of the special circumstances. Therefore, X is entitled to claim from Z 500 rupees only at the rate of 0.5 paise, that is 1000 water bottles at into 0.5 paise. Difference between the procuring price of water bottles and contracted selling price to Y, being the amount of profit X would have made by the performance of his contract with Y. If X had not informed Z of Y's contract, then the amount of damages would have been the difference between the contract price and the market price on the day of default. In other words, the amount of damages would be 750 rupees, that is 1000 water bottles into 0.75 paise.
Okay. Let's go to the next one.
Yes, sir. Mr. Chetan was traveling to Manali with his wife by a bus of Himalayan Travels Private Limited. Due to some technical default in the bus, the driver has to stop the bus in a midway in cold night. The driver advised the passengers to get to the shelter in the nearest hotel, which was at a distance of 1 kilometer from that place. The wife of Mr. Chetan caught cold and fell ill due to being asked to get down, and she had to walk in cold night to reach hotel. Mr. Chetan filed a suit against Himalayan Travels Private Limited for damages for the personal inconvenience, hotel charges, and medical treatment for his wife. Explain whether Mr. Chetan would get compensation for which he has filed suit under the Indian Contract Act 1872.
We did this case, no? What is that? Hobbs versus London Southwest Rail. Same
London,
thing.
South Africa.
So he can claim for compensation for inconvenience and hotel charges, but he cannot claim for
Medical.
because inconvenience and hotel charges are direct losses, while medical
Medical
expenses are a
expenses.
remote loss. What it is, a indirect or a remote
Remote loss.
Loss.
loss. Understood or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Got it or no?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Section 73 of the Indian Contract Act 1872 provides that when a contract has been broken, the party who suffers by such breach is entitled to receive from the party who has broken the contract compensation for any loss or damage caused to him thereby, which naturally arose in the usual course of things from such breach, or which the parties knew when they made the contract, to be likely to result from the breach of it. But such compensation is not to be given for any remote and indirect loss or damage sustained by the reason of breach. In the instant case, Mr. Chetan filed a suit against Himalayan Travels Private Limited for damages for the personal inconvenience, hotel charges, and medical treatment for his wife. On the basis of above provisions and facts of the case, it can be said that Mr. Chetan can claim damages for the personal inconvenience and hotel charges, but not for the medical treatment for his wife, because it is a remote or indirect loss. That's all, sir.
Understood this. Now we'll go to the MCQs. What we'll go to the. It's already 6:45. We can't start. We'll have to start a new chapter in the next class, right? Mostly
Yes.
next week. Yeah. Okay, we'll
Yes.
go to the MCQs very quickly. Then you all can wind up. So this will be what's the next chapter? Contingent and quasi contracts. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We'll finish that
Yes.
and then we'll have one more
Yes,
chapter
sir.
discharge of a contract. Quickly, let's finish those 10 questions. What Shetty sir told you, I'll have Diwali holidays. Huh?
Don't know, sir.
Last time you all had, any of you all in the previous batches and all? No. Okay. In your college, school, college, what are the holidays? Diwali?
Yes, sir, there is.
Yes, sir.
When? Monday?
Tuesday,
Until
Wednesday.
22nd.
Huh? When it is starting?
From 19th Sunday to 22nd.
19, 20, 21st, 22nd. Ah?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now read the MCQs. Multiple
Yes,
choice
sir.
question. Yeah. We will choose
When
one person. Wait. We'll choose one person to answer. Sana, choose one person, then
Yes.
he'll know that he has to answer. Or she will
Sir,
know.
should I go with the new batch?
You please go with the new batch.
Okay, sir.
And
Sir, start with
people
the...
who have not, What?
Oh, okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I don't know who didn't answer in the last.
Okay, no, not last. Anybody you choose. It doesn't matter. Means who do you think answer very rarely?
Okay.
Mm.
Sir, one second. Sir, Diksha Hegde.
Diksha Giri, are there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, he'll read the question. Please answer. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Read.
So, yeah, when prior to the due date of performance, the promisor absolutely refuses to perform the contract, it is known as
Options?
A. Abandonment of contract, B. Remission of contract, C. Actual breach of contract, D. Anticipatory breach of contract.
Diksha?
Sir, I think actual breach of contract.
It's not on the due date. It's before the due date. No, that's what you read, right?
Yes, sir.
Prior
Before
to
the
the
due,
due.
prior to
Prior
the due,
before.
prior means it's anticipatory. Okay, if it's on the due date, it is actual. Okay,
Actual.
Diksha.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
choose somebody in next.
Sir. Sir, next Shreya.
Which Shreya?
Shreya Sudhana, PU college.
Shreya Sudama.
Sir,
Yes,
it's
sir.
the name of the college.
Huh?
Sudhana is the name of the college. Sorry, sir.
SU?
DANA.
Okay. Shreya Sudama College. You're there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. She'll read out the question answer. Quickly.
Yes, sir. In case of anticipatory breach, the aggrieved party may treat the contract A as discharged and bring an immediate action for damages, B as operative and wait till the time of performance arrives, C exercise option either A or B, D only option A is available.
Sir, I think option C.
That is either A or B. He can either discharge the contract immediately or claim damages, or he can wait till the due date. Very good. The answer is correct. Good, Shreya. Go to the third person. Choose quickly, Miss Sana.
हाँ sir. Sir, Pavan VK.
Pavan. You're there,
Yes,
Pavan
sir.
BK? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Pranav.
Yes, sir. In case of breach of contract, which of the following remedy is available to the aggrieved party? A. Suit for rescission. B. Suit for damages. C. Suit for specific performance. D. All of these.
What,
Sir,
Pavan?
all of this. Option D.
Very good. Suit for specific damages, everything you can claim. We did all the treatment. Okay, next one, Sana.
हाँ. Sir, Adrit.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he'll read out the question. Read, fourth question.
Four question
Sometimes
again.
a
Huh?
party is entitled.
A party is?
Sometimes a party is entitled to claim compensation in proportion to the work done by him. It is possible by a suit for A. Damage, B. Injunction, C. Quantum merit, D. None of these.
Sir, none of this.
No. Proportion for work is done. No, how much ever work is done.
Sir, I
It is
think
called-
damage.
No, it is quantum merit. As much work as is done is called as proportion.
Quantum.
You painted, you wrote only 6 articles. So you can claim compensation only for 6, no? For 50%. You painted only 60% of the house. Remember I just now told you?
Ah, yes, sir.
So this is called suit for quantum merit. What it is called? Suit
Quantum.
for quantum merit. Very good.
Okay.
Okay, go to the next person.
हाँ sir.
Mm.
Sir, Tanish.
Hi, Tanish.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Pranav.
Yes, sir. Generally, the following damages are not recoverable. A. Ordinary damages. B. Special damages. C. Remote damages. D. Nominal damages.
Tanish,
Sir,
which
nominal damages.
No, nominal damages can be recovered. What you cannot get, remote damages.
Remote
Just now we did.
damages.
Remember, remote, no, just now we did know that
Yes.
medical expenses, which is not directly connected, correct or no? Any
sir.
damages which you cannot directly attribute are called remote damages. That cannot be recovered. All other damages can be
Recovered.
recovered. Okay. Next one.
हाँ sir.
Damages which are.
Wait,
sorry.
we'll just feed the person.
Sachin.
Sachin?
Sir,
Okay. Pawan, means Pranav.
Damages which arise naturally in usual course of things from breach itself are called
Wait, read
special
it again. I didn't pay attention. Damages?
damages which arise naturally in
Naturally, okay.
usual course of things from breach itself are called A. Special damages, B. Liquidated damages, C. Nominal damages, D. General damages.
What do you
sir,
think?
option D. General damages.
Very good. They are also called, what are other name for general damages?
Ordinary damage.
Ordinary.
They are also called ordinary damages. What they are also called? Ordinary damages. So in the normal course of business, 10 rupees is the market price, contract price, whatever the difference it in contract. Okay. Next one. Point number?
Vikram.
Vikram. Read, Pranav.
Yes, sir.
A contracted to supply 200 bags of rice to B on 30th December 2021. After supplying 20 bags of rice, A informed B that he will not supply remaining bags of rice to B. In this case, A, there is anticipatory breach of contract. B, there is actual breach of contract. C, both of the above. D, none of the above.
Sir, both of the above.
No, why? Both of the above. He didn't tell it before the due date. On the due date only, he supplied 20 kgs and
There is actual breach of contract,
it's
sir.
actual breach. Suppose he supplied, now on the due date, he supplied 20 kgs and then he didn't supply 180. That means on that date itself, the contract has been breached, right? It's actual breach. Suppose he would have told 1 month before that I'm not going to supply, then it would have been anticipatory breach of
Contract.
Because just check up the answer in, I am not sure. Just check it up. I think so. It's only actual breach.
He supplied 20 bags.
So it's actual.
Yeah. So it is already actual breach. What it is? Just see the answer is correct, Sana.
Yes, sir.
It's
Correct.
actual breach of contract. It's not both. What it's not? Okay. Next question. How many more questions left, Rana?
Sir, 3 more.
Okay. Quickly. Okay. Who's the next person, Sana?
Hardik.
Hardik? You're there? Choose somebody else quickly.
Ha, sir. Sir, Tanushri.
Tanushri.
Yes, sir.
He'll read the question.
No, Tanushri.
New Tanushri. New Tanushri, you're there? New batch.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Miss Madam. She's going to read out the question.
Yes, sir. Where the court orders the defaulting party to carry out the promise according to the terms of contract, it is called A. Quantum merit, B. Rescission, C. Injunction, D. Specific performance.
What? You're taking so much time. Choose any one letter A, B, C, D, till. Tanushri. It is called specific performance. What it is called? Specific?
Performance.
Because he told you carry out whatever he's actually performed to do. She told she'll sell that painting. He has to sell that painting only. Do the next one quickly, Sana. Last two people.
Ha, sir.
Huh?
Sir, one second. Advika.
Hi, Advika.
Yes, sir.
Okay. He'll read out the question.
Quantum merit means A. Non-gratuitous promise, B. As gratuitous promise, C. As much as is earned, D. As much as is paid.
Advika, this is as much as is earned. That means how much ever you have done work, for that much you'll get compensation. That's why it's called
Quantum merit.
so it's as much as is earned. What the answer is? As much as is earned.
Earned.
Okay, last question.
Sir, Purnima.
Purnima, you're there? Okay, leave it. Sana, you only answer the last question.
Yes.
Quickly read it.
Wrongful dishonor of check by a banker having sufficient funds in the account of the customer. The court may award A. Mitigation of damages, C. Contemptuous damages, C. Quantum merit, D. Exemplary damages.
Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Yeah, Sana, please go ahead.
Sir, exemplary.
Exemplary. Remember, wrongful dishonor of check can also promise to marry. Both of them carry exemplary damages. Okay, this finishes this unit. We'll start off with contingent and quasi contracts in the next class. Run, all of y'all? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Thanks all of
Thank
you.
you, sir. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye. Thank you, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. It's raining heavily here, so probably there must be some glitches in the internet, because to enter the meeting itself, it took around 2 minutes. So, am I audible to you? Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So we were discussing about the national income accounting. I just gave you the basic concepts of national income accounting. Now again, see, national income is the income of a country, okay, which we will measure through the production, right? So I think I have also told you that why we have considered the production. Have we discussed about that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So now there are different ways to understand the economic well-being of a country. Okay. So there are different ways like GDP, MP. There are different parameters. There are different macroeconomic identities which are used to know the economic health of a country. So GDP, MP, GDP, FC, NNP, MP, NNP, FC, which is national income. NNP, FC is national income. NDP, MP, NDP, FC. So, what are these macroeconomic identities and what do they measure through this? Okay, so uh, all of these things are different ways to know how economy is doing, or how is the economic health of a country. Am I clear to you? So before we move on to, there are lot many equations, you will get confused, so I will make it as simple as possible. So before we move on to GDP, MP, GDP, FC and all, let's understand three concepts in this, that is gross and net, domestic and national, factor cost and market price. Be with me. Let me just open the blank sheet. Okay, so now let us understand basic concepts like gross and net, domestic and national, and market price and factor cost. Let me write on this. First one is domestic and national. Okay, you would have heard a concept like gross domestic product and gross national product. Have you heard of it, GDP and GNP, before?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So GDP and GNP are different ways to know the economic growth or economic national income. Okay. So now let's understand. See, in this, what are common? Gross is common, product is common. Okay, gross and product are common. Only the difference is domestic and national. So, what do you mean by domestic and national? Let's say that we are living in a country called Square. Okay, there is a country called Square, and most of the people are square faced. They are the original residents of the country. Okay, square faced. But in this square country, there are oval faced people, triangle faced people, round faced people. Okay, so in GDP, listen to me carefully. In GDP, we consider the income of all square faced, oval faced, triangle faced, and round faced, everybody. So, because in GDP, in gross domestic product, what is important is that where goods have been produced. If it is produced in a square country, then GDP of square country would include all the income that has been produced within that economy. It could have been produced by the residents of the country or by the foreign nationals. Are you able to understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And then next to the square country, there is triangle country as well as oval country. So in triangle country, most of the people have triangle face, but there are few square faced people also, both in triangle country as well as in the oval country. Okay. These square faced people are actually belong to square country, but they have come to triangle country and oval country to work. So where is their contribution? Their contribution is not included in GDP, because GDP is about where goods have been produced. So it has to be produced within the domestic economy. But these people's income are included in GNP, gross national product of square country. Okay, because in GNP we include the income of all those people who belong to square country. They would have produced it within the economy or outside the economy, but we will not include these people's income in GNP because they are not the part of square country. They are actually foreign nationals. Are you able to understand?
Yes.
Got an idea between domestic and national?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So gross domestic means goods produced within the economy, no matter who produces it. Whereas national is goods who produces is important, no matter where it gets produced. Got it? So IIM Bangalore, IBM Bangalore Limited or IBM India Limited, Microsoft India Limited, Bosch India Limited. These are all foreign companies working in India. Their contribution is a part of GDP but not of GNP. Whereas Infosys branch, which is in USA, is a part of India's GNP but not of GDP. Are you able to understand? Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
Got an idea between the domestic and national?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Okay. And then next is gross and net. Okay. In the coming topics, you will also come across lot of gross and net concepts. So please remember, gross minus depreciation. In the last class, we have discussed what depreciation is net. Because products will have the wear and tear value. So when you deduct the depreciation from the gross concept, then you arrive at net. Okay. And then we have market price and factor cost. When you add factor cost plus taxes, when you add taxes to factor cost, you arrive at market price. Exactly what taxes you will come to know on each concept. This is in general I am talking about. When you add taxes to factor cost, you arrive at market price. When you deduct depreciation from gross, you arrive at net. So if you add depreciation to net, then you arrive at gross. If you add taxes, if you minus taxes from market price, then you arrive at factor cost. Are you able to understand this? So factor cost plus taxes, market prices, gross minus depreciation is net. This is the basic things you need to understand. And Kushal, what do you want me to explain again?
GDP and GNP.
GDP is, see for example, Tata, okay, IT services. They have a production house in Pune. That is a part of India's GDP. Okay, but they also have a service center. Okay, they also have their IT center in US. Is that a part of India's GDP? No. Okay, but it is a part of India's GNP. At the same time, in Pondicherry, let's say that a French person is running a bakery. So his French bakery is a part of India's GDP, but not a part of India's GNP.
Yeah.
Are you able to understand?
Yes.
Yeah. So Bosch India Limited, Volkswagen India Limited. Volkswagen is a German company. So in Volkswagen India Limited is a part of India's GDP, but not of India's GNP, because Volkswagen basically belongs to German company. It is not an Indian company. Am I clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So now in this class, today's class, you have lot many things to write and also solve. Okay. So be with me. Let us understand each concept in detail. Just give me a second. One second. Then I'm just not able to post it because of the slow internet. Okay, can you see the screen? Great. So this we have already discussed. We have also discussed the usefulness and the significance of national income. Okay, now, you know what GDP is? Gross domestic product is the value of all final goods and services produced in a country in a year. Usually given period is always a year. We measure the GDP, GNP, all these concepts for year, one financial year. Okay. So nominal GDP and real GDP. There are two types of GDP. One is nominal GDP, another one is real GDP. So what do you mean by nominal GDP? If the final, you have written, no, it is the value of all final goods. If the value of all final goods are expressed in terms of current price, 2025 price, then it is called nominal GDP. Okay, nominal GDP is that GDP where value of the products are expressed in terms of present price, current price. Whereas real GDP is that GDP where the value of the goods and services are expressed after adjusting that with inflation. Basically, it means that after considering the price index. So you know that in a price index, there will always be base year and the current year. Right? So what is the base year? Have you studied indices in statistics or any other quants paper? So if you have studied that, you would know that whether it is consumer price index, wholesale price index, all these indexes are basically where the prices are compared between two time period. One is base year and another one is current year. So when you compare the income of your country with the base year price, that is called real GDP. When you are expressing the GDP of your country with the base year price, okay, with the help of the price index, then it is called real GDP. Are you able to understand? You might be wondering that what is the need of it? See, for example, sometimes GDP seems to be increasing just because of the increase in price. There is not increase in the there is no increase in the production. Okay, so the actual growth takes place when the production increases. Because when a production increases, supply of goods increases, employment increases, rent, wages, interest, profits that get generated. So the real development has taken place. Otherwise, just because of the rise in price, it may seem that the country is developing, which may not be. Production might be still decreasing. Okay. For example, I would like to give you an example for that. Let's say okay, in 2022 and 2025, let's say 2 years, okay, a village has produced 100 units, okay, some quantity, it could be quintals, whatever, okay, 100 quintals of rice, and the price at that time was 40 rupees, okay. Then what is the value of goods produced in that village in that particular year? 100 into 40 is
4,000.
4,000.
Let's say 4,000 crore. Okay. Now, during 2025, the price of the rice has rose to 70 rupees. Okay. And quantity produced is 90. Okay, 90 quintals, whatever. Now, what is the value?
6,300.
6,300 crores, something of that sort. So now, if you just look at 2025, you will definitely feel that country's income has improved, or that village income has improved from 4,000 to 6,300. It is a clear growth, right?
No, ma'am.
I mean, if you just look at the number, it shows it is a clear growth.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
did really production increase?
No.
No,
Actually,
ma'am.
production has decreased. And this increased value is only because of the increase in price. That is called inflationary pressure. Are you able to understand? In that way, 2022, that village was doing better because it was able to produce 10 quintals more. But only if you look at the nominal price, then the 2025 shows the increase. So to get the real picture of the development, the countries will measure real GDP. Are you able to understand? Got the importance of base year price?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now I want you to take down, from now it's very, very important. And then we have a GDP deflator. GDP deflator is the ratio of nominal GDP in a given year to real GDP of that particular year. Okay. So I want you to take down, okay, entire this thing. Take down this slide. Whatever is written on the slide, I want you to write it down. And here it is not 8. This is not there. It is nominal GDP divided by real GDP into 100. Please write down these formulas and then I will give you the problems to solve. Please let me know once you have completed writing this. Completed?
Yes.
Everybody?
2 minutes, please. Yes.
Okay. If you're writing, please complete. Yes, please.
Ma'am, inflation rate in 2 years is like 2 into 100.
Not inflation rate in 2 years. Inflation rate in year 2.
Year 2, yeah, into 100. Is it into
No.
100?
Sorry. It is equal to GDP deflator in year 2 minus GDP deflator in year 1 divided by GDP deflator in year 1 into 100. This into 100 should have come the other side. Basically, you are trying to put it in percentage, right? Inflation rate. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So if you have done taking these points, then we will do few problems. Shall we?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Don't worry, you will get this again when I show you the problems. Okay. See, these are the concepts which we have already covered. Nominal GDP, real GDP, GDP deflator. Okay. This I just want you to see. In 2014, nominal GDP is 500, real GDP is 500. So GDP deflator is 100. In 2015, 800, 650. So the GDP deflator is 123.08. Now I want you to interpret it. If the GDP deflator is more than 100, okay, see here, if GDP deflator is greater than 100, then nominal GDP is greater than real GDP. If GDP deflator is less than 100, see for example, let's say that you got an answer as 93, then real GDP is more than nominal GDP. Are you able to understand? If the GDP deflator is more than 100, then nominal GDP is greater than real GDP. If GDP deflator is less than 100, then real GDP is more than nominal GDP. If GDP deflator is exactly 100, then there is no difference between nominal GDP and real GDP. Are you able to understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now please do the second one. Illustration 2.
Ma'am, how to do? Can you explain?
the nominal and real nominal GDP is 3,000. Real GDP is 4,700. Calculate the GDP deflator. I have given you the formula, right? Are you able to understand? Got it?
Yes.
Huh. And write your answer in chat box. Okay? Please write your answer in chat box. Most of you have got it correct. Those who have written their answers in chat box. Shall we look at the answer? Nominal GDP is 3,000. Real GDP is 4,700. How do you calculate GDP deflator? Nominal GDP divided by real GDP into 100. 3,000 divided by 4,700 into 100. So the answer is 63.83. It means that price level has fallen from the base year to the real GDP, to the nominal. So how much has it fallen?
63.83%.
No.
36.17.
36 point some percent. Okay. So the price level has fallen since GDP deflated. So if the GDP deflator is less than 100, as I told you, real GDP would be greater than nominal GDP. It means that price level has fallen down. Okay. Now calculate this. Illustration 3. Shall we look at the answer? Find nominal GDP if real GDP is given. Okay, so what is the formula? Nominal GDP is equal to real GDP into price index divided by 100. So we know that real GDP is 450 and price index is 120 divided by 100, that is 540. So the nominal GDP is 540. Are you able to understand? These are the simple problems. Anyone has a doubt? Should I explain it? Should I solve it? Okay.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do this then.
Ma'am,
Yes, please. Have you completed?
from the years 2010 to 2018 it is.
Suppose nominal GNP of a country in 2010 is given at 600 crores. Price index is given as base year 2010 is 100. Okay, now the nominal GDP has increased from rupees 1,200 crores in 2018, and the price index also rises from 100 to 110. So in 2010, the nominal GDP is 600. In 2018, it is 1,200. And the base year price index also increased from 100 to 110. What is the real GDP? So real GDP is nominal GDP into 100 divided by price index. Right? So
Yeah.
it is...
Yeah, that answer I got, ma'am. But the year
yeah, that was an extra information just to confuse.
Okay.
Yeah. See,
Any year
yeah, that is
consecutive year.
something. Yeah, I got it. Why that 2010 ka 600 crore of nominal GDP had nothing to do with the answer. So to get the answer, you don't have to consider that. So in CA question paper, I mean, not in the MCQ papers, usually in the inter papers, when economics was a part of inter syllabus, then many a times they used to give an extra information that would just confuse them. That was not required. So was that a question?
Yeah, the same.
Yeah. Okay, great. Okay, so I hope you are able to understand this. Okay, we will solve one question on inflation if possible. Okay, there are no, I think next we will get that also. Okay, so now we will move on to the next concept, that is can you see the screen? Okay. We have studied GDP-MP. Now we are moving to NDP-MP. Okay, so please remember how to remember the formula. Okay, be with me. I'll just show you a trick to do that. See, now you have to arrive at NDP-MP from GDP-MP. Okay, you have to arrive at NDP-MP. So what you have to calculate is NDP-MP. What they have given is GDP-MP. How do you do it? See what you have to change. What are the common letters here? D is common. P is common. MP are common. So what you have to do, you just have to convert gross into net. And I have already told you how to convert gross into net. So NDP-MP is equal to GDP-MP minus gross to net. We have to minus depreciation. Are you able to understand? So how do you arrive at NDP-MP from GDP-MP? GDP-MP minus depreciation. Am I clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
So the same thing. Please read this once, but write, you have to note down these points, this and this. Okay. So NDP-MP is equal to GDP-MP minus depreciation. What does that mean? How do you get it? How do you arrive at gross? Net plus depreciation is equal to gross, or gross minus depreciation is equal to net. Am I clear to you? So please read this first two paragraphs and then write down the formula. This class is more about reading and writing the formula and solving the problems. The next, not just this class, next two classes.
Can you
Sorry, your
please
voice is
tell what to
breaking.
note? I had a
Not able to hear
little
it.
network issue. Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Yeah, ma'am, I had a little network issue. Can you repeat what to write? Like you've given something
NDP
to me.
MP, no, just that's it. Whatever I have ticked, no,
Okay,
NDP
got it.
MP. Yeah. Completed? We all
Yes,
completed?
ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Now we will move on to GNP MP. Okay. So gross national product market price. Now I have told you in the last, in the beginning of the class that when you add, okay, factor income from abroad, and when you deduct the foreigners who are working in the domestic economy, then you get the national. Then that's how you will convert from domestic to national, right? So, one second. So now we have to arrive at GNP MP. GNP MP from GDP MP. From GDP MP. What are the common letters?
GPMP.
G, P, M, P are common. D has to be converted into national. So for GDP MP, you have to add N, F, I, A. What is NFIA? Net factor income from abroad. Sometimes they write NFYA also. That is Y stands for income. So net factor income from abroad. What do you mean by net factor income? Okay. So rent, wages, interest. Okay. And profit. These things, profit. If Indians are working in foreign countries, then it has to be added. Okay, Indians working in foreign countries should be added. But at the same time, foreigners working in India would also earn rent, wages, interest, and profit, right? That has to be deducted. Are you able to understand? So when you deduct the foreigners working in India, their income, and when you add factor income of Indians who are working in foreign countries, that is called net factor income from abroad. Are you able to understand? Everybody, be with me. Do not lose your attention. It's
Ma'am,
very important. Yes, please.
ma'am, it is NRIs, right? Not
Kind of. Yes. Um, it is actually NRI income coming back to India. Yes, and also the Indians who have their business set up in the foreign countries. Like in Narayan Murthy or the Infosys has its head branch here, but they have their branches in the other countries. So when they earn income, that is not a part. When Infosys American branch makes profit, that is not a part of India's GDP, but it is a part of India's GNP. But when Infosys Bangalore makes profit, it is a part of India's GDP as well as India's GNP. Am I clear to you?
yes, yes.
Yeah. So okay, so um now please go through this slide. You will be all the more clear with the concept. Okay. See, I could read it, but I let you to read because these are the concepts that you have to absorb. So read it in your pace, try to understand at your pace, and take down the formulas which are written in maroon, dark. This. I mean, this is a part of it, sorry. Yes. So read and take down this. If you have not understood any of the portions, you please let me know. Let me know once you have completed. Done? Have you completed?
No, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Yes, Ramani?
Ma'am, the price index is also called as GDP deflator.
Kind of, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's what in the problem they've
yes,
given a
yes.
price index, whereas
Yes.
the real I mean GDP refers to nominal GDP
GDP,
divided
yeah.
by GDP. Ah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Correct, correct. Yes. Yes. I just want you to write down these equations, not the first one. But are you able to understand? So GNP MP is equal to GDP MP plus factor income earned by domestic factors of production employed in the rest of the world minus factor income earned by factors of production of the rest of the world employed in the domestic territory. What comes in has to be added. What other foreigners have earned in our country has to be deducted. Okay. And then you see there is another thing. What is NFIA? So what includes NFIA? Net compensation of employees. What do you mean by net compensation? That of employees, that is wages. Net income from property and entrepreneurship, that is rent and profit. Net retained earnings, that is uh, kind of an interest, retained earnings, whatever is left. Done? Are you still writing?
No, ma'am.
Incomplete.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
great. Okay. And then we have NNP-MP. Okay, NNP-MP. If you have to go from, okay, let me just write it. See, you have to arrive at NNP-MP. Okay, so if you are arriving from GNP-MP, then NNPP-MP are common. You just have to convert gross into net. How do you do that?
Minus depreciation.
Very good. Minus depreciation. Okay. Now, NNP-MP from what else have you studied? Okay. GDP MP. One sec. Have you studied any other concept? Let me just check. Okay, no.
From NDP.
Have you studied NDP? Yeah, you did, right? GDP MP. Okay, okay. 1 second. Sorry then. Let's do from NDP MP. NDP MP. What are common? N, P, MP are common. You just have to convert domestic into national. How do you convert domestic into national? NDP MP plus NFIA, right? What is NFIA? Net factor income from abroad. Am I clear? Net factor income from abroad. So when you add that, your D becomes N. So you get NNP MP. Now, NNP MP from GDP MP. Okay. So domestic has to be converted into national, as well as gross has to be converted into net. So we will add GDP MP to GDP MP, we will add NFIA. Then what happens? D becomes N. But still we have to convert G into N. Gross minus depreciation, right? So when you do minus depreciation, you have converted gross into net. Are you able to understand? This is the simplest way to remember. Is it confusing? Are you able to understand?
Yes,
See,
ma'am.
we are in online classes, so, and most of you have switched your videos off, so then it is very difficult for me to understand whether you have understood the concept or not. Okay, so if you have a doubt, raise your hand, and if you are not, and ask the question, unmute yourself and ask the question. If not, at least type it in the chat so that I will be able to read, and I'll understand whether you have got it or not. Okay, so now same thing, you have to take it, sorry, you have to write down. Read this, what is NNP-MP, and take down the three formulas, three ways to arrive at NNP-MP.
Ma'am, completed.
Okay. So are you able to understand, everybody, what you are writing?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, okay, before we move on to the, okay, this also you can take down. I told you that when we deduct the taxes from the market price, we arrive at the factor cost. Okay, so what is the factor cost? Cost of producing a product. What is the market price? Value of a product in the market. So in the market price we will also add the taxes. So you might have seen even in the MRP that in the brackets they write inclusive of all taxes. So that is the market price. So you can take down this and this.
Ma'am, only market price and factor cost.
Yes, that you do. Then I will explain the GDPFC and then you can take it down. Or, okay, for a time being, you write down this also. I will explain it later. First, you finish writing all these things. Just take down. I will explain everything. What is indirect taxes, subsidies, and also operating surplus, mixed income, everything. Let me know once you have completed writing this.
I'm finished.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. So let's understand. Market price is factor cost plus net indirect taxes. What do you mean by net indirect taxes? You have to add indirect taxes. Indirect taxes are taxes imposed on goods and services minus subsidies. Why do we have to deduct the subsidies? Because subsidies are the part of the factor cost, because subsidies are given by the government. Okay, they might have given electricity at a subsidized price. So to arrive at market price from the factor cost, you have to add indirect taxes minus subsidies. So together you have to call it as factor cost plus net indirect taxes. You arrive at market price. And to arrive at factor cost from market price, you have to deduct net indirect taxes. Not just indirect taxes, please understand, from market price you have to deduct net indirect taxes. What do you mean by net indirect taxes? Because sometimes in a problem they will give you plus directly the net indirect taxes. Sometimes in a problems they will give indirect taxes and subsidies. Then you should know how to treat it. So market price minus indirect taxes plus subsidies. Am I clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
How to remember this? Remember, market price is equal to factor cost plus net indirect taxes. Whenever there is plus net indirect taxes, you just discard this net plus indirect taxes minus subsidies. And if you have to arrive at factor cost, market price minus net indirect taxes, it means minus indirect taxes plus subsidies. Then this sign is not confusing. Am I clear to you? Okay. Now GDPFC, gross domestic product at factor cost. Okay. So how do you calculate gross domestic? So this is okay. How do you arrive at GDP-MP to GDP-FC? I'm talking about this part. GDP-MP to GDP-FC. GDP is common. Only thing is that MP has to be converted into FC. If MP has to be converted into FC, what do you have to do?
Less net indirect.
Minus net indirect taxes or minus indirect taxes plus subsidies. Am I clear to you? Okay. So now, see all these cases we said how to arrive from GDP-MP to NDP-MP, GDP-MP to GNP-MP and all. But what is GDP-MP? What has to be considered in GDP-MP? That is given in this. Okay, these are GDP-MP. Okay, so what is GDP-MP? Compensation of employees, that is wages. Compensation of employees is nothing but wages plus operating surplus. So three components are added together and made one component, that is operating surplus. So what are operating surplus? Rent plus interest plus profit. Are you able to understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, rent plus interest plus profit. Not just that, plus mixed income of self-employed. What do you mean by mixed income of self-employed? This is very important. Please understand. See, sometimes when you are when you are running a sole trading concern, when you have your own business, okay, let's say that I start a business, okay, I start making pickles at home, okay, or papad at home. Now, don't imagine me doing that, but I start making papad at home. So now I will be using my kitchen. I myself will be working. So labor is mine, kitchen is mine. Okay. Ingredients, yes, I buy it. Now, when I earn the profit, do I pay rent to myself? Do I pay wages to myself?
No.
No, ma'am.
But has it not been incurred?
Yes.
It is,
So
ma'am.
Yes.
in my self-employed, in my profit, there is a part of wage, there is a part of rent. Are you able to understand? So that is called mixed income of self-employed. When you are self-employed, your wage and profit looks alike, but actually there are two different components. Am I clear?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So yeah.
Yes.
So okay. So operating surplus, yes, please.
Which type of questions are made from this part?
That we will
Asked from
discuss
this.
after this. We will discuss after this. First, now
Okay, ma'am.
please try to understand the logic behind it and remember these things. Okay, this cannot be by hearted. You have to understand with the logic. Okay, I will come to that. Okay, I will come to that. So mixed income of self-employed. Are you clear? And
Yes, ma'am.
we have added depreciation also. Why? Because it is gross, right? It is, we are not talking about net, we are talking about gross. So these things are GDP MP. Am I clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we have factor cost versus basic price versus market price. This slide we will come to, we will discuss it later. Now let's move on to the next one, NDPFC. Okay, from GDP-MP we can go to NDP-FC, or from NDP-MP we can go to NDP-FC. Okay, take down this, read and take down this NDP-FC. See, this is the formula to arrive at NDPFC from NDPMP. This is what stands for NDPMP. What is missing out from this? From this equation, what is missing out in this?
Depreciation.
Depreciation.
Because it is N, right?
Depreciation.
So we need not have to add depreciation. Are you able to understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, good, good. Please take down. Completed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now I will give you one exercise. You have to write the formulas, okay? Give me a second. Sorry. You have arrived at 1 second. Yes, Ramani.
Ma'am, here the depreciation can be deducted, right? Is it a net? So it is a net. Am I audible, ma'am?
Your voice is breaking. Your voice is breaking. I was not able to hear you.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Now you are audible. Please tell me.
Yes, ma'am. Here, it depreciation can be deducted, right?
If it is already given, I mean, for NDP-MP directly to arrive at NDP-MP, you don't have to consider depreciation at all. So we are not deducting it.
Okay, okay. Because the last formula has the plus added depreciation. Here it can be.
That is because we were talking about GDP-MP, right?
Yeah, here the net is equal to gross minus depreciation, right?
See, if you have to arrive from gross to net, then we have to deduct it.
Yeah, yeah.
If you are only calculating from the raw data, then you don't consider the depreciation at all.
Okay, ma'am.
So, okay. So now, that is NDPFC, right? Now you have taken down NDPFC.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you have taken down NDPFC from NDPMP. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
NDPFC from NDPMP. That formula you have taken down. 1 second then. Okay. You have taken down. You have arrived at NDPFC from NDPMP, right? And also written what is NDPMP, correct? Now, please write formula for NDPFC from GDPFC, NDPFC from GNPFC, NDPFC from GNPMP, NDPFC from GDPMP. Write down the equations. Got my question?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, see, I'll just start with the second one. NDPFC from GDPFC. D is common, P is common, FC is common. You just have to convert gross into net. How do you do it? GDPFC minus
Depreciation.
depreciation. Very good. Okay. Like this, you have to calculate for the rest. 3 more. Have you all completed?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, how did you arrive at NDPFC from GNPFC?
Minus depreciation minus NFI.
Minus depreciation.
Yes. Gross to net minus
Minus
depreciation.
depreciation.
Net to domestic
Minus NFI.
minus NFIA. Okay. Now, NDPFC from GNPMP. Gross to net.
Minus depreciation.
Net to domestic.
Minus NFI.
Market price to factor cost.
Minus net indirect taxes.
Yes. Good. NDPFC to NDPFC from GDPMP. Gross to net.
Minus depreciation.
Market price to factor cost.
Minus net indirect taxes.
That's it. So minus net indirect taxes is minus indirect taxes plus subsidy. Clear? Are you able to understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Great. That's a good sign. Okay, you were able to understand this. And the next one is next class we will do all the problem solving from this on the basis of this.
Okay, ma'am.
Last one is this NNPFC. NNPFC is actually national income. Other all these things you have taken down till now are other different indicators, macroeconomic indicators. Actually, which one is considered as the national income? NNPFC, net national product at factor cost. Okay. Read the first point and write down the second point.
Ma'am, done, ma'am.
Ma'am, just a second.
Actually, the way we did NDP, we arrived at NDPFC from so many other components. The same way we can also arrive at NNPFC from GDP-MP2 to NNPFC, GNP-MP to NNPFC, NDP-MP to NNPFC. You can do that. Okay, so that will give you an idea how to, one more time, an idea how to arrive at NNPFC. NNPFC is nothing but national income. Are you able to understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now so NNPFC, you just have to write the formula. NNPFC from NNPMP, NNPFC from NDPMP, NNPFC from NDPFC, NNPFC from GDPFC, NNPFC from GNPFC, NNPFC from GNPMP, and last one NNPFC from GDPMP. Do it. If you are not able to complete it within the time, you do it after the class. At least write down this so that, and give a space to write the equation. Will you complete it? Or have you already completed?
Completed.
Completed.
Completely.
Good. So just give me one last. NNPFC is equal to GDPMP.
Minus depreciation.
Okay, gross into net minus depreciation. Domestic into national.
Plus NFI.
Plus NFIA.
Plus NFIA, very good. Market price, two-factor cost.
Minus indirect.
Minus net indirect
Minus,
taxes.
minus
indirect.
net indirect taxes. Please don't write minus indirect taxes. If you write minus indirect taxes, then add subsidies. That's it. Okay, minus net indirect taxes. Very good. So, are you able to understand the concept? Clear
Yes,
with the
ma'am.
concept?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So, in my next class, have I not answered any of your questions? If you have asked in a, there are many answers. So, if you have asked in a chat, I would have missed it. So, in the next class, we will do the problems. Okay? Yeah, good.
Okay, ma'am.
So, able to understand the concept, equation, how to arrive? That's great. Good, great. Okay, see you in my next class. Take good care of yourself. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
Thank you.